Good evening and welcome to Family Time here on Love 101 FM. Happy to have you all. A special shout out to those who are watching us live on Facebook or on YouTube. Be sure to tell a friend, be sure to ring someone and let them know that Family Time is on right now. Family time is about your issues and your relationships. It's about your at home family, your global family, your regional family, and of course, Family Time is produced by Family Life Ministries. And our aim is to enable healthy families, which will lead to healthy nations. Again, please stay tuned on all platforms and give somebody a ring and let them know that, this is where we should be. Friend us on Facebook at FLM Family Life Ministries. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Family Life Ministries FLMJA. And on Instagram, you can keep up with us at FLMJA. All right, let me just put it out there. While Family Time is a family program, we'd like to caution that it may, on the odd occasion, touch on what some may consider mature subject matters. Your discretion is advised. I'm your host for today, Sir Twain. Here we go. In any relationship where there's a significant income difference, it can cause a perceived or perhaps a real power imbalance. It can create potential conflict, resentment, or frustration in one or both partners. When the person making the significantly higher income, or perhaps the only person bringing in an income, is the wife, what happens? What should happen? Let's talk about the breadwinner wife today on Family Time. Yes, people are getting excited. Help me, Rev. Help me. What can we do? All right. So here we go. Wives should deal with it as well. Before we get into the show proper, let me know your views on today's question. Who cooks and cleans when the wife is the breadwinner? Who cooks and cleans when the wife is the breadwinner? Send us your responses via WhatsApp, whether text or voice note, to 876-997-3125. If it's a voice note, please remember no more than 30 seconds. You can use the studio lines to give us a buzz, 876-968-8327 or 8328. And if you're watching live, go ahead and leave your comments right there and we'll share what you'll share. So we'll be right back with our special guest. Don't go anywhere. Just ring somebody and let them know Family Time is on. See you on the next side of the break.
The Lord has commanded us to keep the Sabbath holy. But some may ask, have we misinterpreted the command? Where in the Bible does it say Saturday is the seventh day? Why not Sunday? Does it really matter? Questions. That will be answered this Tuesday, April 30 on The Rock with guests Reverend Prophet Mark Stewart and Dr. Clinton Baldwin as they discuss the topic, how holy is the Sabbath? That's The Rock, Tuesday, April 30 at 10 a.m. here on the family station, Love 101.
Welcome back to Family Time here on Love 101. Our topic today, the breadwinner wife. And we'll be speaking with our special guest, Reverend Christopher Broadbaugh. Reverend Christopher Broadbaugh, Reverend Chris, has been a minister. And for those watching, we know that he's a familiar face here. He has been a minister of the gospel for over 25 years. He's been a pastor at 4 churches in 2 countries and has ministered widely within the Caribbean. He's an author, a column writer, matchmaker, sounds interesting right there, businessman, and a film and TV producer. He's a passionate speaker and an inspiring teacher. He's a father of 2. Pastor Chris is an advocate for individual, familial, and community development. He's also an experienced counselor and you can find him on counselorscoach.com. That's counselorscoach.com. Rev, how are you doing today?
Salute, Sir Twain. I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to jump into this very important topic. I'm glad it's being dealt with. There's so much happening in our society, and I think this is a hot topic that needs to be dealt with. So I'm glad you're dealing with it today.
All right. So, for those who didn't hear, you're perhaps one of those who your friend just called you and said, come, a topic is that you need to hear. Here's our topic or question for today. Who cooks and cleans when the wife is the breadwinner? Who cooks and cleans when the wife is the breadwinner? Send your responses via text or voice note to our WhatsApp line 876-997-3125. Watch us and comment live on Facebook and our YouTube channel. You can use our studio lines as well if you desire to call. The lines are 876-968-8327 or 8328. All right, so let's jump in because Reverend Chris is ready and I'm not going to hold up the show. Rev,
Sir.
I heard the topic, the breadwinner wife. So,
Yeah.
break down the concept of the breadwinner wife.
All right. So let's define the breadwinner. So typically that word is it's about the person who is the main income earner in the family. It doesn't always mean the sole income earner, but the main income earner. So the one who brings in more money. That's who the breadwinner of the family. That's what it means when we say the breadwinner of the family. They earn the most. Again, in some cases, they are the only earner. So this topic is about when the wife is that person. The woman is the breadwinner. She's earning the most, or she's earning the only income. And what is the social dynamic that happens in that kind of scenario? And that's very real. There is a real social dynamic.
But some may ask, have we misinterpreted the command? Where in the Bible does it say Saturday is the seventh day? Why not Sunday? Does it really matter? Questions, questions. That will be answered this Tuesday, April 30 on The Rock with guests Reverend Prophet Mark Stewart and Dr. Clinton Baldwin as they discuss the topic, how holy is the Sabbath? That's The Rock, Tuesday, April 30 at 10 a.m. here on the family station, Love 101.
Get ready for an inspiring time inside Love in the Morning this Tuesday, April 30th. Grab your cup of coffee and start the day right with the Morning Coffee Pick Me Up devotional at 6 a.m. Then at 7 a.m., we bring you the Morning Watch with intriguing and thought-provoking discussions. At 8:30 a.m. inside the Healthy Way, we discuss carbon monoxide poisoning. Are you good at solving riddles? Well, listen in at 9:45 a.m. for our question of the day. Riddle me this, riddle me that, guess me this riddle, and perhaps not. Stick and stay with us this Island Vibes Tuesday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the family station, Love 101. Here is your opportunity to connect with someone who will listen, pray, and give guidance. It's the Ministry of Counseling and Prayer of the Edgewater Baptist Church. Please call 876-220-6474 or 876-332-7956. Weekdays between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Please talk to someone if you're finding it particularly challenging to cope during this period of crisis. Someone is waiting for your call. Please reach out today. 876-220-6474 or 876-332-7956. It's the telephone counseling and prayer ministry of the Edgewater Baptist Church. A reminder that somebody cares. Endorsed by Love 101. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me.
Wow. As we were getting deeper in Rev Broadbent, are you still there?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
It's funny when that happened because I was wondering, like, is it him? Is it me? And then I realized my seat just went. But here we are, Rev.
Yeah.
You are in the
Yes,
definition.
yes.
Right. So bring me back up to speed.
So, okay. So the term breadwinner is about the main income earner of the family, whether they're the sole income earner or the main income earner. And there is a social dynamic, a challenge to the psyche of men when the woman tends to earn more. There is a social dynamic to that that often needs intervention and some addressing.
Right.
Yeah.
I would think that that would need some addressing indeed, because it's quite popular, especially in Christian circles, for men and women to say that the man is the provider. And I ask myself, when the man is not the one earning more, are you still allowed to say, I'm the provider for my family? Because even if both of you are working, I guess you're both providing for one another. But I guess we're attached to the idea that the man is supposed to be the breadwinner. Is that it?
Well, yeah. Traditionally, and it's not just culturally, it is innately men feel that we are supposed to be the protectors and the providers. And when we look in nature, we see, if the hyenas are coming, the male lions are, there to defend the pack, defend the pride, not the pack, the pride. Yes, if we're looking at the lion pride, in the hunting, the women get involved, but in the protection, it's
I was
really
thinking of that as well.
Yeah. But the truth is, innately for us men, our self-respect, self-esteem, tends to be tied up in our ability to provide. And as you said, for Christians, it's not just for Christians, but specifically for us who are Christians. 1 Timothy 5:8 gives us an understanding of what the gospel's position, what the kingdom's position is on the whole thing. And it says, but if any provide not for his own, this is in regard to man, if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he has denied the faith. He has denied the faith. So if a man isn't doing that, and cognizant of the the demand on him, then it's tantamount to denying the faith. That's what Timothy, Paul is saying to Timothy. And he says, and is worse than an unbeliever. So, but I've been asked about this, and yes, it stresses out a lot of Christian men when they're trying to find a job. They're a Christian man. They're trying to find a job, can't find a job. They are doing everything that they can, but they're not making ends meet, and it's a struggle. And the wife gets a job, and she is earning more, and he's been trying. It does stress out some men, especially because of passages like these. You're worse than an unbeliever. You have denied the faith. So it is not just we have to clarify this, that it's not just the issue of the man isn't bringing in the most. Is the idea behind it is the man trying to bring in the most? Is he trying to be the protector and provider? If he is denied the effort, denied the conviction to do it, the consciousness,
then that's the issue.
Then that's the issue.
All right, we're going to stick a pin right there. We're going to stick a pin right there because we're going for a break. And as we go, remember our question: who cooks and cleans when the wife is the breadwinner? See you when we come back.
Show mom some love with Bashco this Mother's Day. Spend 6,500 Jamaican dollars or more in Bashco for a chance to be the lucky winner of a weekend getaway for two by Ocean Squirrel Spring, or a Gen Care gift certificate, or an Hamilton Beach air fryer, plus a Bashka branded basket of goodies. Hurry! Competition ends May 7th. Visit your nearest Bashka location now. Simply fill out your entry form after purchase. Drop it in the box provided at all Bashka locations. Grand draw will be May 9th at Bashka South, 36 Great George Street, Savannah, Lamar at 2:30 p.m. You could be a lucky winner at Bashko. Follow all our socials at Bashko Jamaica for more information. Bashko, where every day is a savings day. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Jamaica's gangs are like packs of rats. They live in filth and try and drag us all in there with them, spreading the disease of violence and corruption everywhere. But like a pack of rats, they can be eliminated with your help. If you have information on gangs, call Crime Stop on 311. This message is brought to you by Crime Stop and their marketing partners, Lime and NCB.
Keep your career options open for local and overseas job opportunities in the booming hospitality and tourism industry with City and Guilds and ABE endorsed certification at Distinction College. Start online and face-to-face classes very soon in a career of high demand for workers globally, and get certified in housekeeping, food preparation, waitering, travel, tourism, and hospitality, bartending and mixology, customer service, call center, cake baking and decorating, airline ticketing. No subjects required, no age limit. Register this week and get an additional course for free. Call Distinction College at 876-356-4167 or 354-8560. Visit us in Kingston, Spanish Town, Ocho Rios online or St. Elizabeth.
It's time to bounce back from that party like never before. Say goodbye to hangover blues with new Alka-Seltzer Boost. Just 2 tablets for immediate relief and a caffeine boost. Alka-Seltzer Boost is from Dior.
You are a dedicated small business owner dreaming big of growing your business and reaching new heights. With Access Financial Services, you can grow from where you are to where you want to be. Grow from a corner shop to your very own store, from truck driver to trucking fleet, from hairdresser to your own salon. Secure your small business loan of up to $20 million and watch as your business grows from plan to possibilities. Grow your business today with Access Financial Services. Conditions apply.
And we are back on Family Time here on Love 101 YouTube as well as Facebook Live. Our topic today, the breadwinner wife. And we've jumped into it with Reverend Christopher Brodba. And we're looking for the responses. I'm not sure. Studio can let me know if we've had any so far. But the question is, who cooks and cleans when the wife is the breadwinner? You may use our WhatsApp line, 876-997-3888. 3125. You may use the studio lines 876-968-8327 or 8328, or post as you watch on YouTube or Facebook. And while I'm giving out numbers, let me just remind us our FLM numbers. The numbers for the FLM head office in Kingston are 876-920-1034 or 876-926-8101. We'll give those up before the show ends in case you didn't get them. But if you want to make a call, go ahead and try that tomorrow, I suppose. All right. So, Rev,
Sure.
we were looking at the impact. We started looking at the
Yeah.
impact that it may have on the whole relationship, how the
Yeah.
wife may deal with it, how the husband may deal with it.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining that there are some myths. There are some things which people imagine will happen, but it's not really true. And I was looking at the question for today and I was wondering, does that feed into the myth side, or is the reality that, once the wife begins to earn more money, hey, you're not gonna be getting the cooked meals that regular because she's like
Well,
bringing in the money. So what is
it,
that, a myth?
you know, it's not a myth. It's practical living. It's reality. It's if she's out doing a 9 to 5 and he is in, whoever is the party that's in covers the base, and the base may be the kids, there's a baby there. That's being the house husband is what a lot of men have done. And still macho guys. It's not demeaning. If you are doing you're washing the clothes, and you have to wash your wife underwear and wash the baby nappy and all of this stuff, because you're the husband. You're the one that's at home, because the base has to be taken care of. It's not demeaning. If she's out doing the 9 to 5, facing the world, the pressures, you have to do some sweating too, even if you're the guy. Yes, the tradition does say that that's the wrong way around, that you're supposed to, the man is supposed to be the one out there facing the world, the risks, the efforts, of trying to climb the corporate ladder and so on. The tradition is that's the space for the man. That's the tradition. But we do have a shifting scenario now. The world has changed, whether it's been turbocharged to transform by the feminist movement or whatever groups. The truth is, women are very much empowered now, and they're very much ambitious, climbing the social ladders, educating themselves with degrees, master's degrees, PhDs, and they're very qualified. I've heard employers say, "No, I don't. I really don't want men for these positions. I like having women in these positions. They're more reliable. The man will get the money and then he's off. You don't see him. He's not consistent. But the woman, she takes the job serious." I've heard employers say that. So, we've had a huge mega shift in the last, I would dare say, about 60 years, where yes, a lot of women are out in the corporate world, and they are the leaders, they are the heads, they are the supervisors, and that's just the way things, it's unfolding. And I don't know that we can say it's terrible, but it's just the reality. And there's a big debate about it. I know, Jordan Peterson and all of these other personalities talk about it, because it's such a reality, not only in the US, but in the Caribbean. Right now in Jamaica, it's the last statistics that I saw is that the top jobs, 60% of top jobs are held by women right here in Jamaica. So that means that 60% of the better paying jobs are held by women. And so the lesser paying jobs, that's what the men have. And so chances are a man's wife may be the manager while he is a line worker at the company. The wife might be the supervisor. She may be a director. She may be a senior manager, because the truth is some employers are looking for the steadiness that's available now in women. And that, how do we handle the home if that's
Forever, does it?
reality?
I'm hearing the question: is it really a matter then of finances, or is it a matter of scheduling? Because let's say the wife is able to get off work earlier than the man generally has, so they're both working, so she's the only one
Okay.
working.
So both
And
working, yeah.
right, and her schedule allows her to do more around the house. Is it then still a matter of, well, I'm kind of earning more, so these kind of things?
No, okay. So what is imperative? As we say, listen carefully. For those that are tuned in, marriage is big people business.
Mm.
Marriage is big people business. So if you're immature, tana ya mother yard or tana ya father yard. If you're mature, then you can seek a mate. And when you come together, the reality is the survival, the sustainability, the longevity of the home. That is the priority. And whatever, has to be done, has to be done. So you look at the cards that you've been dealt. If it is that you're living in a culture right now where the women are getting the top jobs, it doesn't matter how the man retrains, retools, re-educates, re-equips himself. If the climate is facilitates woman and the thing she has studied, there's a demand for it, and the thing he studied, there's less of a demand. That's just the reality. And the home still has to survive. So they have to cooperate. Maturity is found in cooperation. Let me say that again. Maturity is found in cooperation. So you have to cooperate. I know couples, wonderful couples, that the wife earns much more than the husband, and they're happily married. But they figured out, okay, if she's earning more, here's how he is contributing. Here's how he's still manning up in his own way. He's manning up in managing other areas of the house. And he's still macho, still very masculine. He doesn't feel marginalized. And the wife doesn't make him feel marginalized. I'm thinking of a particular couple right now. She does not. I may buy the car, so you can't drive it until me tell you when to drive the car. No, you do have women that play that game. And that's why I say marriage is big people business. No, the survivability of the union, the health of the home is the imperative.
All right. That is a very, very sobering word. And instead of getting into the break after this, let me just take the break and we'll come back and flesh that out a bit more. So before we go though, remember our question: who cooks and cleans when the breadwinner is the wife? Send your responses via WhatsApp to 876-997-3125. Call us here at the Pseudo Lines, 876-968-8327 or 8328. And if you're watching live, go ahead and post. Do that on Facebook or on YouTube Live. We'll share what you share. All right. So here we go. Break time, and I'll come back right after.
Any dialogue or dynamic regarding money must be guided by the warning of the Word of God found in 1 Timothy 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil. In a relationship, when there's a significant income difference, especially when the woman is a higher earner, conflict, resentment, and frustration can result. But this can be overcome or perhaps not even exist if love for spouse is deeper and higher than love for money. So how do we create an atmosphere in our relationships where money does not create negative issues? Again, the Word of God offers help. Ephesians 5:21. Submit to one another in the fear of God. Philippians 2 verse 3. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Instead, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking out for your own interest, but also the interest of the other. Hey, wife, is your higher earning causing conflict in your relationship? Hey, husband, is your wife's higher earning causing resentment or frustration in your marriage? Maybe it's because both of you are out of alignment with the written Word of God. Beginning today, make every effort to align yourselves with the advice in Ephesians 5 and Philippians 2. Do so before the sins of conflict, resentment, and frustration, which are rooted in loving money, bring divorce and even death to your door. I'm Reverend Mike from Fellowship Tabernacle, and we just had a WTF moment.
Every Thursday morning, Love 101 shares with you power-packed messages, words of encouragement, and testimonies of God's miraculous power. You get all of that in the Don't Give Up broadcast, brought to you by Celebration Church at the Portmore Skating Rink in the Portmore.
Jamaica Hospital Supplies has medical equipment for health at home.
We have oxygen supplies,
Wheelchairs,
digital blood pressure machines,
adult diapers,
Sure Comfort diabetic supplies,
CareSense blood sugar meters,
humidifiers, incentive spirometers,
urinals, bedpans, leg bags,
CPAP supplies, body fat scales and catheters. Jamaica Hospital Supplies for all your home care needs. 66 and a half Halfway Tree Road. Call 929-2850. Visit our website for more information.
Think ahead, make a plan. We got the freedom of choice.
All right. Welcome back to Family Time here on Love 101. We're speaking today with Reverend Christopher Broadbach, counselor, author. Wow, it's so long a list. I'll get back to it before the end of the show, I'm sure. All right, so Rev, we're talking about the breadwinner wife today, and we're talking about not just the myths. You had got to some areas where the reality really strikes, and you pointed out that you're remembering one couple who were really handling it well. Can you help us with some example of those who were not handling it so well? Even as you mentioned that marriage is for mature people, big people business.
Right. Okay. So you've had there are situations where the man feels marginalized, whether the wife is making him feel small or not. He just feels that way, and he feels less than. And as I say, when this happens, there are two things that tends to happen when a man feels less than. He will either explode or he implodes. What do I mean by that? He'll either go, explode, meaning he's now aggressive, loud. He is boisterous and doing all of these things that is really difficult to live with because he's hurting deeply and needs an intervention. Or he implodes, he gets quiet, he starts to do things that harms himself. Whether he's under the quiet, he's drinking, he's watching porn, doing all kinds of stuff that really is harming him. So he's imploding because he's not feeling like a man. So they either explode, they may even be physical abusive, certainly verbally abusive. They're acting up. But the other scenario is that they are crashing in, and both scenarios need an intervention. So it's important for men to find a sense of purpose despite whatever the disparity is in income. Still understand that you're important, and you try to do your best, right? Remain trying to do your best, and that's all that the Lord and the scriptures ask you for. Do your best, genuinely do your best. If it is that your scenario is kind of like the Proverbs 31 scenario, where it says, and this is good for Bible study, for all of those who are listening, who are Bible students, you can do a good exegesis on Proverbs 31, verse 11. That's Proverbs 31. The whole of Proverbs 31, you can study that out. But specifically verse 11, where it says this: the heart of her husband does safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. What does that mean? The heart of her husband does safely trust in his wife, so he doesn't need spoil. It seems to imply that she is also generating income, so that his income is almost like the icing on the cake for other things they need. But you can study it out and figure out what you perceive from it. Genuinely study it out. This is the Proverbs 31 woman. She certainly is industrious, certainly is very busy, certainly is involved, and we do not see the vocation of her husband. We only see what she's doing. So she is earning, certainly, but we don't see, it just says he's known in the gates. So that's something to study out. But we know that traditionally, especially for macho guys, they want to be seen as the one taking care of their wife, taking care of their household. They're the one. She needs money to buy. He whips out that coil and says, "Yeah, man, but do your thing, my love. Yeah, baby. See the open check here. Any amount you want." Men love those things. We want to be the knight in shining armor that saves the day, financially and otherwise. That we want to be the heroes. So a man can go into a very dark space if he cannot do that, and he's accustomed to doing that. And women need to remember that your man can go into that place. And the fact is, what we have, the statistics show that divorce, 80% of the divorces are being done by women. And it says that what I've read is that it's during those periods when a man's income goes down that a lot of the women are leaving, whether his business is it's gone down, or he's ill and cannot work, whether it's a trade or a skill, and he cannot work as much, or he's lost the job. Then his income is impacted. The divorce, what the statistics say is that's when a lot of women have been filing for divorce. And so if you're a kingdom woman, if you're a Christian woman, endure. Try to rally your husband's spirit. If you find yourself in this situation where you are in the Jamaican context, or wherever you are, because it's also in the Caribbean, it's also in the US, where you are now earning more than your husband, make sure not to make him feel small. Make sure that you guys sit down together and figure out cooperation for all of the chores and duties of the family, because that's the main thing. How do we take care of us? How do we take care of us? And still, understand that if he's a regular guy, he's going to be feeling badly about it, that he's not able to say, "Here, honey, here's a coil of bills, but do what you want, and let me buy the diamond necklace for you." He's going to be feeling away. And a friend of mine was saying also, when we spoke about this issue, she was saying women also find a man that can do that very attractive, very appealing, very sexy. A man that can say, "Here, baby, see a coil here. Here, my love. Here, my wife. Take this. Go splurge the way you want." They find it very appealing. And men know that. The truth is that society respects men on the basis of their value, the financial value. But kingdom culture should not work like that, right? Kingdom culture doesn't work like that. But we have to realize what's the world culture, what's happening out there, and how people are relating. And we have to figure a way, navigate our way through that.
All right. So we have a voice note as well as at least one text message. So let's get to the message and then the voice note.
Them to go and work. The men them you have to go work. Them to go work because when men lazy, see men want to do that. Them to go work. Men to go work. They must go and work. Because sometimes when men do so much, I got to already is enough of them do helpful when men do.
All right. So that note there just telling you men should go and work.
And work.
And I think it's a text message now. Rachel Lunan says, "Good evening to you all. The husband cooks and cleans. It's not degrading. Helps with the baby too, instead of paying nursery. Only that it should be done in respect. And remember, the husband is still the head. Love covers this. All right. So thank you very much for that, Rachel. And there's a Facebook comment. Let's get to that one as well. This from Omar Tomlinson. It's a very good analogy of and representation of the relationship between Christ and the church. Just as how wives are leaving their husband when chips are down, it's the same way people leave the church when they perceive that Christ is not catering to their needs. All right. Thank you very much for those comments. Rev, you noted a few things there, and I saw where you spoke to the man situation and to the wives as well. And I'm wondering, how does one have that conversation? Because I'm thinking of a situation where, as you said, the man perhaps feels less than. The
Mhm.
wife can't seem to put her finger on what she can do to help him. Does she pull back? How does she get into the conversation to say, help me understand what I can do or how I can, relate to you to help you
Well,
really get to where it is?
well, she certainly needs to, yes, both sexes have ego, but men tend to have a more fragile ego. So she has to still buoy him up with words of affirmation and encouragement, and make a big deal out of him. Again, honey, you changed the bulb so beautifully. Honey, I love the way you handle the chicken when you cook it. You're amazing. Oh sweetheart, you're the best bed spreader ever. Those little things that still make him feel like a hero. And
Yes.
makes him feel like he is valued. The important thing is to make him feel valued, that you matter in our marriage, you matter in our home. We appreciate you. Again, social media has put out something that says only pets, children, and wives are loved unconditionally. Pets, women, pets, children. Um,
Not men.
yeah, men. You bring something to the table, or else you're gonna be out to the dining room, type of thing. But we know that's not kingdom culture. Again, kingdom culture is clean. The true Christian way is that it's cooperation between husband and wife to show that both are valued. The wife is valued whether she's bringing in money or not. You can't treat her like, just because you, the man, bring in the money, that why you don't put the food on the table? Look how long me come home and you. No, show her she's valued. Respect her. Speak to her correctly. It doesn't matter that you are bringing in the money. She's still a very important part of the union, and vice versa. Don't say, I'm not going to put gas in the car. You cannot drive the car until don't manhandle him because you, the wife, you're earning more money. Show him he's valued, he's loved, he's respected, and then you will see other qualities coming out of him. That's really, he may not be bringing more money in. He may not bringing money in at all, but he may be repairing the roof every time there's a leak. He may be cutting grass. He may be, there's a big thing about now. I've seen it that with the UN, women put out the whole thinking of what has been the traditional value. If we were to put a dollar value on all the services that a mother, a wife brings to the home. When they were housewives, if we put a dollar value on the daycare for the kids, put a dollar value on cleaning the floor, cooking the food, washing the clothes, if we put a dollar value to it, how much would that be? There's a real value to it. But equally, we can say if we put a dollar value on what the husband does, even if he's not bringing money into the house, he's the security guard. He is the lawn cutter, the caretaker, change the this in the car, fix the that. He is the roof repairer, the window fixer, the painter of the house. So there is a value that he brings. And the ultimate aim, guys, as you listen to this topic today, is try to figure out cooperation. Whatever this life has dealt you, whatever cards this life has dealt you, If you were, husband, if you pursued fine arts for a career, and you're not making no money by being an artist. You're not painting a Mona Lisa, a masterpiece, and nobody paying you 100,000 a month for your Mona Lisa, and you realize this is not working. But she is a supervisor at the grocery store, and she is making money. Figure it out, guys. Figure it out. If you have to do all of the work at home, wash the clothes and so on, that she's okay as the husband, that's fine. Do it. That's value. There's real value in that. Do it and do it well. So she comes home and she has good, her place is tidy. She has food to eat. There's some, the places, whatever needs to be done is done. And so she can feel, oh, yes, my husband brings value to our union. I see what he's doing. So it's not just about the money. It's about the valuing each other and
All right.
and contributing to the union.
And with that, we take our final break. It is Family Time on Love 101. See you when we get back. Good evening and welcome back to Family Time. We're talking about the breadwinner wife, and our guest is Reverend Christopher Broadbaugh. You're there, Rev?
I'm here.
Awesome.
Thanks for
All right.
having me. Yeah.
Yeah, man, definitely. All right. So when we went to break, we were talking about, how the dynamics would need to work. And one thing I want to ask straight off the bat is I'm thinking of a practical way to help with the matter of money moving from hand to hand. Because I find that women may have an issue with this as well, but I think men, probably with the more fragile ego that you mentioned, could be concerned about having to go to their wives to ask for money when
Hmm.
they need to do something.
Yeah.
So, is there a way that they could perhaps set up the money in an account and the man, he beforehand, he can get to it rather than say, you know what, gas need in the car, can you give me the
Yes.
car to go fill it up? Because that
Yes.
just seems a
Yes.
bit,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. That's very good. Well said. Who a man that's not earning and his wife is earning, that anything needed he has to go to her, and that does affect his self-esteem, and that isn't very easy on a man generally. Um, well, there's different ways. Yes, some couples do create one account that the income goes into, and then both get allowance from that. So a central account that handles the bills for the house, and both get an allowance from it, and they do their own thing. If he needs to buy her a birthday present, he doesn't have to go and say, "Honey, please, can I get a $10,000 so I can buy you a birthday present? Please, kindly, thank you." You know, that is demeaning. He's going to feel small. But he where does he get the money to buy her?
Probably only want 10,000, just 10,000.
Well, or the anniversary gift, or the Valentine's Day gift, or to, when they go out to the restaurant to, to dip in his pocket and feel like a man. Um, it's good when there can be one central account, and the money goes in there, and there's an allowance. Some families, I mentioned that the couple that comes to mind, the husband is though he's not the main breadwinner, the husband is the financial controller in the family. So he actually will give her money to spend. She earns more, but he controls the pot of money that they have from investments and whatever, and he will give her what she needs for her, for her allowance, so to speak, allowance, spending money, and he pays the bills and manages everything, the cars, taking care of the servicing, paying the bills for the cars, the utilities, and so on. But she's earning the bigger bucks, and so that's a nice way to do it. If the husband can manage that, in terms of, he's a good financial manager, he's good with money, he's not gonna blow it on something, all of our money, and then there's no money to pay the light bill. Then that works. Otherwise, there's one central fund that is there, and they each get an allowance, and everything else pays the bills. There are occasions where the wife earns more, and she does give her husband an allowance or a card to use with a certain amount of money. Again, some husbands can't deal with that, but that's another arrangement that some people do make, where she makes the big money and she puts some in an account, and that's what he uses. Yeah, an imperative is to break this thinking of and this is a traditional thinking, and again, I deal with a lot of couples, so I've heard it many times. His money is our money, but her money is
It's
her
her money.
money. Yeah. So his money is our money. That's for the family. Everything he earns is for the family, but anything she earns is for her. And whenever she feels a pinch off a piece and give, no, again, maturity says this is about both of us feeling valued, both of us feeling important, both of us working to strengthen our union and to protect our family. It may be that if you are more marketable right now, then yes, for the, if it is 2 years, 3 years for the hobby to catch up and, retool whatever and find something to take over again, then that's just the way the cookie crumbles. For the next 5, 10 years, Can a woman bear that? Hopefully, a good Christian woman can, until he kicks back in, and is able to rally and feel like a man, and she won't crush his ego in that downtime.
All right. So we're near to the wrapping up, but I want to ask, with we know that peer pressure can be very um
Yes, yes,
impacting or impactful.
yes, yes,
How
yes,
does the
yes.
wife guard against what she may hear out there from others who don't
I
have her best interest and like, you can't make, then you making money. What you mean?
Yeah,
Why? How does she
yeah.
guard against giving into that?
I like what I heard. I heard a lady say, um, where she said, "I don't discuss my husband with my friends. Nothing
Mm.
to do with my husband. I'm at home. I discuss with my friends because if something happens and on them and tell them everything about it, I can go home and we make up at home and I love my husband and we figured it out. But when I get back to my friends, they're still stuck in that negative that I brought. And they're going to keep on pouring without his doing anything wrong again. I'm back in a negative space and I bring that back home and I'm all messed up again in my mind. So it's important that you shield your partner from the toxicity that may be coming from even your own relatives. Johnny don't get a job yet. Johnny worthless, man. But what they don't know is that Johnny is holding down everything else. There's a reason he's studying again. He's trying his best. But then what she has heard from her mother, from her aunt, from her best friend is that her husband is worthless. And
Yes.
that's difficult for a woman to deal with when those in her space are telling him how worthless. And sometimes it can be out of envy too, They know Johnny is a good man. It's just Johnny's on hard times. Johnny used to have a business. Johnny don't have the business no more. But they are poisoning the wife's mind. Him workless. Him workless. And then she comes and said, "No, Johnny, you're too workless, man.
Go do something.
Go do something." So guard against that indeed by watching what you take in from others and what you share with them. And all you do, you work on your own scenario. If it is that the husband is lazy, if it is that he's uninterested in providing, that's when there's a problem and an emergency intervention is needed. If he's not interested in working, if he's not interested in helping at all, then there's an emergency that requires counseling and intervention. It doesn't say the emergency requires, run into the hills and say, "Me done, yeah, me now play, no more marriage." No, get an intervention. Try, that we do say at the altar, what? Better or worse, sickness or in health, or richer or poorer. That's the vows at the altar. So the idea of Johnny isn't bringing in any doesn't mean immediate divorce. It means immediate intervention to see how we stabilize and have equal sense of, okay, we both are valued in this situation.
All right. Thank you so much, Rev Broadbent. Very sound and sobering words to take us out. That was very good encouragement right there. Let me thank you again for coming on and
Sure.
sharing with us today.
Sure. Thanks for having me on. Very important point, and I'm glad we were able to talk and speak to this because I know a lot of Jamaican men are hurting because, especially Christian men, we're trying to figure it out. They're not earning enough, and they're hearing scriptures like 1 Timothy 5:8 being said from the pulpit, and they don't know how to respond to it. The imperative is, guys, do your best, and no one can ask you for more than your best. Do your best. Find a mentor if you need. Find someone to talk to that can advise you about retraining yourself and being more marketable and so on. But for heaven's sake, do not feel less than if you are earning less than.
All right. So, for more information on our services or for our counselors in Kingston and other parts of the island, contact our Family Life Ministries head office at 876-920-1034. You may also call us at 876-926-8101. Please note that for appointments and information on costs, you must call the head office. You must call the offices. Otherwise, to keep up to date with what's happening, you may use here we go, our Facebook page, FLM-Family Life Ministries. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Family Life Ministries-FLMJA. And on Instagram, just go with FLMJA. Before you leave, here is this evening Bible verse. And it comes to us from Ephesians 5:22. Wives, be subject to your husbands as to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, and is himself its Savior. All right, that's our verse for today. Join us again next week for another informative program. Once again, thank you to our special guest, Reverend Christopher Bradber. Thanks also to our studio facilitator, Timoy Butler, our show producer, Kathy Gale, and all of you who joined in to make it happen. Have a good one. See you next time.